Today's mind-body tool for better balance is tuning in to relaxation, which simply involves the intentional tensing up and then releasing of tension. And that helps us establish, as well as become more aware of, the relaxed, aligned posture that's at the foundation of good balance control. So to get started, as always, safety first. I've got on my sensible shoes. They're well attached to my feet. They're flat. They have some good traction. And I've got a chair to hang on to. You can do this with a chair, a sturdy chair, a wall, or by a countertop. As I work with this today, I'm going to have it beside me most of the time. If you want to stand facing that chair or counter or whatever, that's fine too. But to begin, let's start with both of our feet just standing comfortably, shoulder width apart. And what I'm going to do is have you go through with me this basic exercise of intentional increase and release of tension. And what that does, that intentional increasing tension, it helps give us conscious volitional control to be able to relax, and through that relaxation, establish our natural, well-aligned posture. So what I'm going to do, and you can do this with me now, I'm going to put my hand on my collarbone, and I'm going to try to do that without hitting my microphone. So I'm using external touch to help me get a better feel of what's going on internally. So lift up your shoulders with me, and hold that just for a moment, and then gradually and gently just set your shoulders back down. Let's do it on the other side. So I'm holding up my shoulders, and this time hold it up and leave it there for a moment, because this is what we do during the day, right? If I'm working at the computer, I'm holding my cell phone, I'm also holding up my shoulders. It's a lot of work. What does that feel like? And then set that load down. Just let your weight drop and settle in a relaxed way. So we're going to do a few of these. You know, this internal feel of our bodies is something that's there all of the time. We get sensory information from our muscles and our joints that tell us about our movement, about our body position, but we tend not to pay attention to that. So what we're doing right now is, well, we're tuning into that. We're waking up our awareness of it. I'm going to put my hand on my shoulder this time. You can do the same. And this time, as you can notice everything come up, and then everything release. But do that again. One of the things that I noticed as I lifted up my shoulders is that my posture changed. And let me turn sideways to show you that when I lifted up my shoulders, my back is rounded. My chest has collapsed. My neck is kind of pulled back. My chin is jutting out. And that when I let go of that, when I released that, then without trying to, my posture came back into a more natural alignment. So I didn't pull my chin back or pull back my shoulder blades. I just let go of holding my shoulders up. Try that on the other side and see if you notice, besides the uptightness of it, anything change in the shape of your posture. What do you feel? Again, I feel my neck back, my chin jutted out. I let that go, and I feel that weight dropping. I actually felt a change in the angle of my pelvis that time. Now, you may not feel all of these things. I've done this a bunch of times, so I'm used to watching for different things. So I'm just giving you some suggestions of what you can watch for in your body. Let's try it. I'm going to put my hand on my back, and I'll turn around so you can see. Actually, I think I'll put my hand on my shoulder blade, but anywhere you can reach works. When we're uptight, it affects all of our back, all of our spine, so it doesn't matter. But I'm going to reach for my shoulder blade and lift that up. That really changed my posture, in part because my hand's behind me, but you can see my chin's really jutted out, my neck is back. And just by relaxing and releasing and feeling that weight dropping, and I'm tuning in to this internal perceptual information, this felt sense of my body actually has a name. It's called proprioception, a name we don't hear very often for a sense that we have that goes on all of the time. But the interesting thing about that internal perception, that proprioception, it's actually a really important part of our sense of balance. Sense of balance that isn't just a single sensory feed, it's actually a multi-sensory perception. And if you want to learn more about that, there's also a video link in the description below. But this felt sense of my body position, my relationship to gravity, is a really important part of my sense of balance. I'm going to do one more, but let me just, while I'm talking, talk for just a moment more. I've mentioned, I think I've said a few times, just relax, feel your weight drop. And say, what do I mean by that? And why is that important? I have my blocks here to do a little demonstration. So I can feel the weight of this block on my hand. And, if I put a second block on it, it's heavier, and I can feel that. It's not rocket science. But, it's because the weight of this block is falling through the weight of the block beneath it into my hand. If I were to just let go of this block right now, it would fall. Its weight would fall till it hit something that stopped it. Well, now it's the block underneath it, right? Put another block on top of that. Same thing, now it's heavier. So I'm going to see if I can do this without tipping it over. I'm going to move this over. Okay, I did it. I can feel that it's heavier on this side now. I mean, the overall weight hasn't changed, but oh, there we go. That was good. Blocks don't have connective tissue, so they fall over much more easily. But that we can feel that. I can feel it in my hands and the blocks, the instability of this. If I put this over the center of it, now it's stable. Now as I'm talking to you, I'm much more less likely to have it all fall out of my hand. So in our bodies, that's just a really simple description or analogy to what happens in our bodies. When I'm like this, because I'm uptight and my upper body weight's not falling through what's beneath it, if I can relax and release that and come back into that natural gravitational alignment, well, I can feel that happening. And then, like the blocks, I'm much less likely to fall over. Let's do another one. I'm going to put my hands on my rib cage and again raise up my shoulders and then softly let them relax and release and feel that weight drop. And just because I talked so long, let's do one more. Pick your favorite one. Do you want to do it again with your hand on your collarbone or over your shoulder or on your back? Just to feel it. I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to lift up and notice that, again, the jutting out of my chin, the pulling back of my neck, that feeling of work. And then I'm going to let all of that go. And through that relaxation, just let my posture come back into alignment, like the blocks, and the top weight now, my weight of my shoulders or my rib cage over my hips, my weight is falling through. Not falling over, falling through.